This is David with Corel Trainer.
This is Cassie Green from Apparelist.
This is Gordon and Firemark from the Entertainment Law Update.
And you're listening to
Two Regular Guys podcast.
Hosted by Terry Combs RG, Regular Guy, and Aaron Montgomery.
The place to be for industry news.
the best dad jokes on earth, along with relevant topics to apparel decorators.
Prepare for the wild.
All right. Well, welcome into the show, everybody. Today is Friday, November 8th. As you can see, I am not Terry Combs. This is Aaron Montgomery, and we are working from a new studio setup today. So we're working out some of the kinks and hopefully also having some internet issues back in a couple of different areas, including where Eric's at and also where our news reporter's at. Lots of snow over there. So anyhow, it's going to be a great show nonetheless, and we will effort to still get Terry and Cassie in here in a little bit. But my name's Aaron Montgomery, and I am a speaker, author, and business coach, helping business owners go away from stress and anxiety and towards clarity and confidence. So I am excited on a number of levels today, you guys, because today is the day we're going to announce the nominees, all of the nominees. We'll get to that in a little bit for the REGGIEs, but we are also going to have a wonderful conversation. In fact, we're going to dive right into this conversation in just a moment with Tim and Dave. And I didn't even have time to make sure that Tim, I can get Tim Andrews. I got that. Dave, I'm going to allow you to help me out here in just one moment, but let's just do that. Let's get these guys in here, and we want to have a talk. I saw this news release come across my email box, and it came from my friend Amanda over there at Printing United, and I immediately emailed her back. I'm like, we need to talk about this. This is really cool. So without further ado, I am going to add Dave and Tim in here. And we are even going to effort to get Terry on here because it looks like he's actually in the back. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here and your patience as we get this rolling this morning.
Thanks for having us, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Awesome. And there's Terry. Okay, so let's dive right into this, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. As I mentioned, I was excited to see that press release come across. So I do want to start with the big picture. This collaboration. So if you didn't get the press release, you didn't see the news, Printing United Alliance and ASI are collaborating on the ASI Show Pavilion at the 2026 Las Vegas Expo. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a bit. But I think this is a really great partnership. You guys, you and I were talking about that before we even got started here. So I want to know, though, from you guys, how does this benefit the print industry, specifically our audience of garment decorators and promotional products industries? So, Dave, can I start with you?
Yeah, sure. So thanks again for having us, Aaron and Terry. My name's Dave Leskusky. Aaron, I'll quiz you on that by the end.
Yes.
I'm the president of Printing United Alliance. And yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I mean, we've seen over the past decade that printers of all types have been selling promotional products. So this is really nothing new. But this partnership with ASI makes the transition for these printers a lot easier. ASI has a phenomenal technology platform with both product search, which is essential if you're going to be selling promotional products, as well as company stores. But I think the bigger thing for us is, the printers that we talk to that have not gotten into this yet, it's kind of really the fear of the unknown. So working with Tim and his team, it's really the exceptional training and educational resources that they have that are going to help our printers succeed in this profitable space for them. On the apparel side, especially for decorators, what a lot of decorators don't realize is 40% of promotional products is actually in the apparel segment. So even though if you're a decorator that's not selling promo, you're technically already selling promotional products to a degree. You're just not selling hard goods, right? So what we're trying to do is really help educate the market that if you are a promotional products or an apparel decorator that is not selling promo, you already own the artwork in a lot of cases. You're already talking to your customers, asking them where else that logo that you're putting on that T-shirt or that hoodie is going is a natural, transition and a natural extension to what they're already doing. And these guys have just been phenomenal to work with to give us, make that transition a lot easier for the apparel decorators that are our members and hopefully our new members.
Awesome. So, Tim, what about you? Where do you see this?
I think Dave handled it great. I would say, as we looked at we have about 20,000 distributors of promotional products in the ASI world, and about 25% of those tell us that they already are selling. They're already decorating apparel. And so, from our perspective, we sort of looked at that and said, "Gosh, what can we do to do two things? One is, how do we help those 25% of those 20,000 distributors? How do we help them be more knowledgeable?" More in the industry, and what can we do to do that? And then secondly, there's lots of apparel decorators that are not yet in the industry of promotional products. And so what can we do to really help our existing customers and our existing clients know more about that space? And then secondly, how can we help others who ought to be in the space to help build their business? How can we do that? And who do we partner with? And Printing United was the clear partner there, both on earlier announcements we've had about relationships we've forged with them, but also on this show within a show, to be able to really bring promotional product suppliers in to help the people that are walking the show floor at Printing United already at the expo. But secondly, also bring distributors who aren't coming to the show and expose them to all the other things that happen on the show floor. So we think it's really a great win for both existing members of ASI, but also new people that should be selling promotional products and maybe aren't yet.
Love that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Our good friend Jay Bassell messaged me this morning before the show and said, "You've got rock stars on the show today." So
We do.
So Tim, for our listeners, mostly garment decorators who may not be familiar with promotional products, what are some ways they can get started integrating promo products into their existing offerings?
Yeah, I think reaching out to ASI to learn more about it. We have a lot of education that we provide really at our live trade shows in Orlando, Fort Worth, and also in Chicago every year. But also we're going to be doing, and already did, in fact, in the fall of this year, a lot of education at the Printing United show. So I think it starts with education. What's the promotional product space about? What kind of products are people buying? Who do you sell promotional products to? Who are the buyers? How do you reach out to them? All of those sort of basic answers to really those questions. And of course, it's really about your current client base. Your current client base is probably already buying promotional products from someone. And if they're not, they ought to be, right? And as Dave said, if you're already putting a logo on a piece of apparel, what other kinds of products should they be adding to their lineup to be able to offer it to their clients? And of course, one of the greatest things about promotional products is there's no warehousing of product. The suppliers of promotional products, the hard goods, think hats, and your decorators may be selling hats, but let's say pins and mugs and all sorts of other kind of hard goods. That doesn't require any sort of investment in inventory. And so it's really an add-on sale to your existing customers. And so that education piece, I think, is really important, learning about the industry and learning what makes it tick, and also how you then work with those suppliers, which is really important.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Dave, for the Alliance members, what do you see as what's going to be exciting for the members in this partnership?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think for our members, it's really extending, their ability to sell additional products, right? So from a standpoint of our printer audience, whether you're an apparel decorator, a wide format printer, or a commercial printer, it's kind of the same thing applies. As you look at, especially in vertical market segments, there are just certain industries that certainly lend itself more to extending into promotional products. What we needed to do was lower that barrier of entry, of that fear of getting into it. I mentioned earlier, there's actually a phenomenal podcast that Jeremy Picker did with David Clifton and Alfred Broder with Cassie Green at The Apparelist. And if you're a decorator and have not seen that, I would highly suggest that you take a look at that. His big thing was the fear of the unknown. He kind of thought he should have been doing it, was worried about what it would, how it would disrupt his business. Got into it. Obviously, you're not going to snap your fingers and get into promo. There is some learning curve there, which is why the ASI partnership is so important. But once he got into it and saw the value that it added to his business and to his customers, he wished he would have got into it 10 years earlier. And that's what we're trying to do is take those printers, whether they're decorators or commercial printers or wide format printers, and accelerate that decision to look at to look at promo. On the flip side, for apparel decorators, the other thing that we didn't talk about is one of the biggest things when we were in the distributor business. We owned print and promo marketing that we recently sold to ASI. One of the biggest questions that we got from distributors is, do you know a decorator, whether it's in a local market? Distributors are looking for outsourced decoration. So this is another thing, by putting the show within a show together, being able to have decorators network with distributors. There may be additional decoration that they can do with the promo distributor market.
Yeah,
And I think Tim hit it on the head too. That customers are already buying these products. It's just they're not buying them from our listeners. So it's time to get on board.
I love it. And I know I saw Amanda in here, and I know Cassie is going to be with us in just a little bit. So if you guys can send us over that
Sure
podcast that you referenced, Dave, that would be great. We'll get it into the show notes here today, because I think that I have not heard that myself, so I want to listen to that. So okay, well, unfortunately, we don't have a ton of time today, so I want to get into the meat of this too. In that press release, we talked about this ASI pavilion kind of serving as a show within a show at Printing United Expo in 2026 in Las Vegas. So can you guys tell us more about that? I mean, it just sounds incredibly cool and exciting, but what's going to be the unique experience that the attendees are going to get when they show up in Vegas? What should they be looking for that maybe isn't what they had seen in previous years at Printing United? So Dave, I'll let you lead off with that one.
You're going to look for a big red carpet and the smell of hot dogs. So what we're doing here is actually with ASI, we are going to be basically giving them about 50,000 gross square feet to sell on the show floor, and bringing in primarily the hard goods suppliers. We have a lot of the soft goods suppliers that are already on the show floor, obviously in the apparel area. But if you think about between our printer members and decorators that distribute promo, we recently merged with Brand Chain, which was heavy in the print distributor market, and a lot of those print distributors are also selling promo. And then with Tim's audience of pure promo distributors, having this kind of distributor marketplace within Printing United Expo, just the whole idea behind this big tent approach, this one roof approach, was to have have our attendees and our exhibitors cut down on the number of events they need to go to get all the information that they need. Yeah. So now, if you're a print distributor selling promo, or a printer that distributes promo, you're at the show floor looking for equipment. You can also now go into this distributor marketplace that ASI has in this pavilion and be able to bring your promotional products people and be able to see everything at in one place. For the suppliers that are going to exhibit in that space, a lot of them are already sending their operations people to the show to actually source equipment. This is where they're buying equipment to decorate promo. So giving them now an additional area where they can actually showcase their hard goods that they are selling through the distributor channel, again, just gives them another one-stop shop of and being able to see net new potential customers is really what we're after here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Tim, what about you? What are you excited about in 2026 with this partnership and having the show within a show?
Yeah, I'm really excited about bringing a couple, 200 to 300 suppliers of promotional products to the show, because I think it will be eye-opening for them to be able to see and interact with many people that are already come to the show who are already selling promotional products, and people they may not have met before. Because I think that, audiences, there's lots of events and a lot of people come to the Printing United show, and a lot of those people don't go to some of the traditional promotional products shows where the exhibitors are the suppliers in our chain. So I think that's going to be great for those exhibitors. I think also we're going to have 1,000 to 2,000 ASI distributors are going to walk the show floor. They're going to see things they've not seen before. They're really interested in learning about decorating techniques and technologies that are there, and whether they're doing the work or not, they really want to understand what to offer their customers. So it's really, I think it'll be an eye-opening experience for them as well. And of course, Dave mentioned print distributors. We have a lot of print distributors. Probably another 20 or 25% of our 20,000 members are also print distributors. And so you take the decorators and the print distributors, 40% of our distributors fit into that model. And so this is a great win for them to be able to attend a great West Coast show at a great time, right before the holiday season, right before the beginning of the year, and really engage with not only the people that are the promotional product suppliers that they know, but also all these other garment companies and other providers of decorating equipment and solutions. And so it's really going to be great for them, I think, as well.
Yeah, I love it. We always say that about Printing United to our listeners here. It's like you just have to go at very minimum just to see the breadth of everything that's kind of under this umbrella, and how, I don't know, just I always walk away feeling like my chest is out a little bit more. I'm like, man, I'm kind of part of the big boys. This is cool.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for coming and
Yeah.
and sharing this. It sounds like such an exciting event. I can't wait for it. But could each of you tell our listeners where to go and learn more about your organizations? Tim, let's start with you and tell us about the upcoming events you have in 2025 as well.
Sure. ASICentral.com, in addition to membership, which brings to it technology and all sorts of other solutions, including education, both online and in person. We have a show in Orlando in January, so you can see information there at ASIshow.com, and also in Fort Worth and also in Chicago next July. So we hope to see you at one of those shows in 25, and then we'll all be at Printing United in 26.
Absolutely. Awesome. Dave, what about you?
Yeah, for us, for the Alliance, go to printing.org. Also, when you get there, we have done a lot with ASI on the membership side. So we are offering dual membership packages as part of this agreement as well. So if you're a decorator and not a member of either association, please let us know. We'd love to have you. For the expo, it is printingunited.com, and we will be in Orlando next October.
Yeah, we're excited about that too. So awesome. Well, as I said before we started the show, guys, we are looking forward to talking more about this as it progresses. It just was such a cool topic that came across. We knew that we needed to get this information in front of our listeners. So we appreciate you guys making it happen on short notice.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us.
All right.
Thank you very much for having us.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Awesome.
What a
Terry.
great concept. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, super cool. And just again, appreciate their time and working through some of the challenges that we had getting the show started and stuff like this. And so we're kind of backwards, right? We went right into the first half of our interview. I know Cassie is waiting in the background, so.
Hello, regulators. I'm so sorry I was not able to join you live. I don't know what's going on. We are getting pummeled with snow here in Colorado, so I'm not really sure if that affected my ability to join you live, but hopefully all of you can watch this recording for your headlines this week. First headline, major print-on-demand companies Printful and Printify announce merger. Printful and Printify, two of the top companies operating in the POD space, announced that they will merge. According to a press release from Printful, the merger will, quote, open new prospects for accelerated growth for both companies and offer millions of customers broader opportunities to develop their online businesses on a global scale. At the time of the announcement, which took place on November 5th, 2024, the plan was that both platforms will continue to operate as separate brands. The companies both share Latvian roots, and the merger will likely establish the new single entity as one of Latvia's most prominent technology companies. The press release notes that the merger will provide e-commerce retailers worldwide with the strengths of both Printful's in-house production facilities and Printify's network of more than 85 third-party production partners. Second headline for all of you today, State of Decorated Apparel Industry Survey helps decorators through data. The Fall 2024 State of the Decorated Apparel, or SOTA survey, is now live and open to the entire decorating community. As the platform to connect and support the apparel decorating community, Apparelist, along with Printing United Alliance, works hard to get data into the hands of apparel decorators. The SOTA survey is one crucial way we support the community. By directly working with apparel decorators of all sizes, we can determine what challenges the industry faces, how they're being addressed, and where decorators need to look for future opportunities. We encourage everybody working within the industry to participate in the survey. Make sure you click on the link or go to apparelist.com, and there you can find ways to connect. Final headline today. Stahl Family Scholarship Q3 2024 winners announced. Stahl's announces Whitehall Memorial High School and Wild Whimsies as the two Stahl Family Scholarship Dream Shop Package giveaway winners for the third quarter of 2024. Whitehall Memorial High School's Business and Marketing Department is designed to empower students with real-world business skills through courses like business, marketing, and leadership, as well as a student-run business program. Wild Whimsies, a woman veteran-owned garment decoration business in Moapa, Nevada, offers heat transfer vinyl and sublimation services. The Stahl Family Scholarship will help owner Sue Dreyfus to further scale with new equipment. So make sure you check out more details there. Hope everybody has a great weekend.
Well, I do want to interact with our regulars while Cassie's efforting to get in here with us. Like I said, we're kind of a little backwards, but we got Kingsbury Craft jumping in this morning. And then Amanda, who I mentioned in the comments there when we were talking earlier, is checking in. Good morning to Amanda. If you guys are tuned in, let us know. We're trying out this software for the first time, and so far so good. I did another one, but not quite in the two regular guys realm. So we're learning a few new things along the way here. But also, good morning to Ramona. Appreciate you being here. And Terry made it. Eric is not going to make it, but hopefully Cassie will make it soon. And so we've got Collegiate Press Worldwide. Craig over there says good stuff today. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I like I said, I just saw that press release, Terry, and I was like, you know what? I know we've got the big REGGIE announcements coming up here, but I think it's worth talking about. So did we do a good job?
I think we did. And Tim had me at hot dogs, the smell of hot dogs. So.
We are pretty easy, hot dogs, chicken wings, maybe a beer every now and again. And in fact, I think we said we'll work for wings on one of our signs a couple of years back. All right. Well, Cassie's still having some struggles there, so we might be without the news, but maybe we'll ask Cassie to record something from us and we'll plug it into the podcast version. And then it will also be up on our YouTube channel over there. So Cassie, if you were listening from this end, thank you so much for efforting. We'll get this figured out and have you back real soon. She's got some topics that I think are going to be things we want to hear. So if we can,
and she got name dropped in our starting segment. So.
Absolutely. I'm just going to put one of the first headline into our comments here, so you guys can just go over to Apparelist and make sure that you're subscribed over there. But big news happening in the print on demand space, and some other things happening. So we'll leave that for Cassie because she'll do. Yes. Oh, look at this. She is a rock star. All right. She says, regulators, I'll record some headlines for you. So come back soon. All right. Appreciate it, Cassie. Now we do have the dad joke. We're going to figure out how to pull that off for sure. And I'm even going to try to hit banners at the same time. So wish me luck, everybody. You ready, Terry? All right, here we go. All right, Terry. Well, I don't know if I told you this or not with all the craziness happening today, but I also got fired from the bank today.
Oh, no, you lost your job.
I did. Yeah, this lady, she wanted me to test her balance, so I pushed her over. All right. Well, I got a lot more laughs from Dave and Tim when I told it before the show started. So.
Oh gosh. Did we mention you mentioned the secret sauce?
I did not. We didn't even get that part. So yeah, give us a little rundown of what people need to stay tuned in for here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be bringing the sauce today. So hang around till the end, and I'm going to be talking about expectations for your employees. So everybody always has questions and concerns about having employees. So hang around to the end.
No, that's good. And you know what, Terry, this is super timely too, because I know a lot of people, even if you're a solopreneur, you're probably in that space going, oh, holidays are coming. I need a little help here. Yep. Right. Or, some of the people that I'm working with in our mastermind program, they've been longtime solopreneurs and they've built themselves up to a point where, we've got to get some help in here. And I keep telling them, set those expectations. So I'll make sure to ping them and say, hey, you got to tune into the secret sauce. I'm sure they're already listening, so just listen to the end. All right, Terry. Well, shall we dive into the REGGIE nominations here? We do have some sound effects in this, and so we can just start with a round of applause. Let's see how this works. All right. So we are going to.
Hopefully, you're not going to boo anybody. You don't have that sound effect.
We do have the sad trumpet. Do you guys want to hear that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
To everybody who was not nominated today.
Oh my goodness. Okay, before we get way too far off the rails, Terry. So yes, today is the REGGIE nomination announcements, and we've made this a point, I think, since the beginning. I don't know. I can't remember that far back, being 12 years, if we did it the very first year or not, Terry. But we read off every single nominee because it's important. Right? It's important because of the fact that these people have made an impact on somebody, and that's what the REGGIEs are really all about. So, Terry, can you maybe also just kind of explain a little deeper why we kind of highlight this show on our calendar every year?
Well, yeah, because this all came about when you and I were having a conversation before Eric was a part of the show, and just about the awards that exist in the industry, where all kind of nominated in a back room somewhere, and you never quite know how or why, or if it's let's nominate our buddy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we were just saying, wouldn't it be cool if there was an award show where the participants in the industry, everybody has a vote, everybody has a voice, and the participants in the industry can nominate people or companies or products, and then we take the ones, the top, not really vote getters, but the folks, the companies, the products that were nominated more than once, and take those top 3, 4, 5, and those are the ones that we vote on. And again, I get one vote, you get one vote, Eric gets one vote, and everybody out there gets one vote, and it took off more than we could ever have imagined, even in the first year.
Yeah.
We've tripped over a few things. We certainly have folks that have big followings on the internet who say, "Hey, put in REGGIE's as a discount code, and by the way, go over and vote for me." And so over the years, we've had people get hundreds.
We'll talk about that in a second, actually.
Okay. I'll let you proceed.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I didn't mean to derail you there, because it is important. Ramona says, let me on behalf of Eric. Yep, for sure. But it is important. But like you said, we are not immune to some of the challenges that award shows come with, and even the ones where maybe it is the buddy getting voted, right? Like the intentions were probably pure, and it just kind of happens. And so we've done things over the years to try to improve, and again, for us, it's about a representation of the industry, not just who's got the biggest following. Like, hey, we think that's cool, that's great, you've earned that following, so put it to use for you. But when your following comes in and just copies and pastes your name into every category, okay, right? Because we had that this year. Vic Patel is not a product, by the way, folks. Okay, I just I don't mean to call out Vic per se, but it was pretty wild. Now technically they followed the rules. They voted in 5 or more categories, but obviously we weren't able to put Vic in as a product nominee this year. So it just honestly, I guess, to me, my hope though is that we use this following and we take this opportunity to say, hey, this is important to the industry. Can you take 10 minutes of your time to actually think through, right? If I helped you, great, please nominate me. But is there a product out there? Did you listen to the REGGIEs? Or I'm sorry, did you listen to the 2 regular guys? And was that helpful for you? Was there a guest on there that you liked? That kind of thing. So, I just think that if we could kind of maybe step up from that aspect, that would be great. So I don't know who I'm speaking to. My guess is those folks that voted like that don't actually listen to the show. So
Right.
I'm kind of talking to ourselves. But anyhow, if you guys want to spread that word, I would appreciate it.
But I hope when they were out promoting themselves, they said just go to two regular guys to the number two.
Yeah, I hope they did too. Absolutely. Um, yes, Lori, Vic as a product is kind of scary, and we love Vic, by the way.
I
So
was just
just
going to say we love Vic. So
yeah, I think. I mean, no, we're not going to go there. I'm going to say something I will regret. So the other thing that I wanted to do this year, though, Terry, to just kind of make sure that we made the focus on this nomination process is any of the people that we read off in the nominees, if you will email us, and I'll see if I can get the banner up and talk at the same time. That's a challenge for me, but there we go. If you'll email us at info@2regularguys, we will email you back an official nomination certificate PDF, and you can print and display that, right? And just, yeah, you should pat yourself on the back. You deserve that. You impacted somebody so much that they took a moment to type your name into a little box on the internet. So that's a big deal, and we want to make that a big deal. So that part, and then the other thing this year that just I need to announce as a change, so we have the expectations clearly set, is I've decided, and this was a kind of executive decision by me, that just we're not going to do the mugs and the plaques this year. As much as we appreciate people getting those and wanting those and using those and things like that, Terry and I and Eric, we don't do this to make money. This is not you don't see us pushing. This is not a monetization effort for us.
right,
Effort of, hey,
12 years of love.
yeah, absolutely. This industry's been good to us. I mean, it's been really great to me, and some of my best friends. In fact, Terry is my best friend, and so it come from this industry, and so inflation just is such that maybe next year we can accept a sponsor that wants to make mugs and plaques. That's fine. I just didn't have time to kind of coordinate that this year. We will give them a specific piece, and they can print it out themselves. I'll try to do whatever I can to promote and show off the winners, and we'll make it special, but just no mugs and plaques this year. I just can't afford it. So sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, good. Well, I just wanted to clear the air, and I apologize if that's disconcerting to anybody out there, but you'll be okay. You probably got enough mugs in your satchel anyways. I know I do. So
I'm not allowed to bring any more mugs into the house.
Yeah. So I couldn't even send you one, Terry, if you won. So, all right. Sorry. I'm going to get off that. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's get into this. And let's have a little drum roll here, Terry. I'm having fun with the sound effects here. Let's have a little drum roll, and then let's introduce the first category. So
Absolutely.
Without further ado, here we go.
That's a long drum roll.
I'll grab the first one, Terry.
Okay.
This first category is the 2024 Fresh Impact Product Award, and the category is to shine a light on a product that's made a notable difference in our industry during the calendar year. To qualify, the product should have hit the market within the last 3 years and have yet to be on the voting list in previous years. This award aims to acknowledge the fresh and influential contributions these new products bring to our field, showcasing innovations and progress. And I just love the fact that I learn about new products too, right? Like our listeners get to learn about new products here that maybe they hadn't heard of before. So the nominees this year in no particular order are Sawgrass Printmate, tumblers with Bluetooth, the Pinch Perfect tool, the Caesar Compostable Pure HTV, Print Grip, Vastex PTF 100 Powder Shaker, and my favorite nomination was my Sawgrass Design Tool, which I believe is the Sawgrass Printmate. So, Terry, the nominees that we'll be voting on this year, based on the rules, we're only going to be voting on 3 this year. because Pinch Perfect and Printmate were in the running last year, and Printmate actually won last year. So either we don't have a lot of new innovative products out there, or people are not keeping their eyes open for this. But we're going to be voting on Vastex PTF 100 Powder Shaker, the Print Grip, and Caesar's Compostable Pure HTV. So really great products, really cool stuff. I actually went and did a little deep dive in Print Grip. I'm not sure you're familiar with that, Terry. If it's a screen printing product, so I'll send you the link to it. It seemed pretty cool. And then, I've heard amazing good things from people like you, Terry, about the Vastex PTF 100 Powder Shaker. And
Tremendous tool.
Yeah. And then the Caesar product, it's an actual compostable vinyl, right? Which is unheard of in the vinyl world. And I think just really embracing sustainability is pretty darn cool.
That's incredible. I'm sure that that Cassie is right now voting for that.
Yep, absolutely. So, all right. So we've already got some people casting their votes in comment form. Okay. All right. So Lori, let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay. Lori's correcting me. I should have asked her before. She said my Sawgrass design tool is the design app. Printmate is the printing program. Okay. Interesting. Well, we only had one vote for the my Sawgrass design tool. So I'll go look. And because again, Terry and I don't impact or influence this in any way. So if I messed up, I can go add them before we open up the voting. So I will go double check that. Thank you, Lori, for helping and being here to correct me. All right, good. Well, there we go, Terry. So that is the first one. Let's keep moving here. What's the second one?
All right, Customer Care Spotlight Award. This category is all about recognizing a company, and if applicable, a specific individual within that company who has shown exceptional customer service in our industry. It's about spotlighting those who go the extra mile to ensure customers are satisfied. List the company, and if there's a standout person, mention them as well. That from the instructions. This award highlights the importance of a customer-focused approach and celebrates the companies and individuals who embody this principle in their daily operations. The nominees are Danny Macario from Stalls, Megan Rodenhouse, P&M Apparel, Pilar Harrison, Roger Brewster with BG Tech Services, Caesar, and those getting multiple votes who we'll be voting on.
Drum roll.
Vic Patel from
I'll stop playing with the sound effects soon, Terry. I promise. All right, go ahead.
Vic Patel from Craft Express, Roy Huseman with Equipment Zone, Printing United Alliance, Eric Knight with GeoKnight, and our good friend with two first names, Joseph Eric, with from the Magic Touch. And those are the nominees.
I'm going to see him tonight. I'm going to have to tell him you said that. I love it. And you would tell that to his face. Yeah, I was going to say you would tell it to his face, and I have too. So
absolutely.
That'd be funny. All right, that's awesome. Congratulations to all the nominees and those that will be voting on here. As soon as we're done, I will go turn on the voting. I actually have it all set up. I just need to flip a switch. So, all right. Well, let's keep going here, Terry. We've got the next category here, the 2024 Industry Education Excellence Award. And the category is to recognize the best teacher or online education source that helps people learn in our industry. It's for those who love to teach and share knowledge, not selling things through their talks or posts. The award is open to amazing teacher and also to online spots like podcasts, blogs, video channels, virtual events, and training sessions that make learning fun. So the nominees were, it's always odd when I have to read my own name. Does that, I need to look at these ahead of time and go, Terry, well, see, then we both would have had to. So the nominees were myself and then Dave Connor from Stalls. The people we will be voting on are Lori Donovan, iLearning. Yep.
You might want to go further down the page onto the next page. There are more people listed.
You got it. Okay. So I'm going to keep going with the people who are voting on, and then I'll come back to the other nominees. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. Man, I'm a little flustered today. I'm okay. I got this. All right. So Lori Donovan, these are the people who are voting on. Lori Donovan, iLearning Plus, Eric Campbell, Jay Bassell, and Terry Combs.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I know that guy. And then the other nominees, thank you so much. Kevin Baumgart of Set Sales, Lisa Shaw with Brilliance, Megan Rodenhouse, Pilar Harrison, and our good friend Dane Clement with Stalls. So congratulations to all the nominees. But again, the people we will be voting on: Lori Donovan, iLearning Plus, Eric Campbell, Jay Bassell, and Mr. Terry Combs.
Awesome.
Mr. Educator Terry Combs. I love it. Good job. All right. Well, I'm biased, you guys, but you guys know where my vote's going. Because I
think that's based on my seminar from last year or this past year of everything you read on the internet is wrong.
Just on the title alone, Terry. All right. Well, you guys, as I mentioned, things are inflating and going up and stuff like that. But we do are really excited, and we're working on getting all the details together, the fine details. But it is official. We are going to be sponsored for about at least 3 months. We'll see how the program goes, and we want you guys to support them. But we're going to be sponsored by Promo Hunt for a little while, and just enough to make sure that we can purchase the software we need to keep this thing going and whatnot. So we had Tony on a few weeks back, Terry, and it was a great conversation with Tony, and he loved being on the show and said, hey, we'd love to reach more of your listeners. And so if you'll go to, and let's see if I've got the banner here. I know I do, but let me find it. promohunt.com/apparel. You can learn more. It's a totally free tool that you can load into your browser, and really cool stuff. He actually showed it a little bit there, but just talking about, his tool is certainly going to help, but his talk was really more about how we can save time and money by looking at our purchasing a little bit differently. So definitely go check out Promo Hunt and look for more. We'll have a little news spot from him, not a news spot, a promotional spot from him here each week, and opportunities to really get involved and check out cool stuff. They're working on some new features and whatnot, and
super cool stuff. But my favorite part of his visit to the show was when I said, so how is it free? And he said, my mother asked me that same question.
I love that. That's been really cool too, Terry. I like seeing that people are thinking about the way they're coming to market differently now, right? You've got Tony. We had the same scenario with Ian from DGI. And I know they're out there doing some cool things too. So yeah, I let's round of applause for those guys to think differently, right? Your mom's going to ask you, how is this free? But just keep giving. Trust me, it'll work out. All right.
All right.
Well, you're up next here, Terry, for the next category.
Next category is Decorators Hub Trade Show Award. Excuse me. This category aims to honor an in-person event that significantly benefits, educates, and fosters networking within the decorated community in 2024. It's about applauding the event that offers a robust platform for learning, connecting, and growing together. Through this award, we seek to acknowledge the hard work and dedication that goes into organizing a trade show that truly serves and uplifts our industry community. Now, there aren't that many trade shows or events in our industry, so all 6 that were nominated we're going to be voting on. So the nominees are Printing United Las Vegas, Pinners, Graphic Pro Expo Long Beach, Apparel Decoration Summit, Everything Embroidery Market, and the greatest name for a trade show of all time, Applique Getaway.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah. Great events. And I can't wait to see who comes out on top, but all of them are pretty darn good. So, all right. Well, let's keep moving here, Terry. We're doing okay on time. Actually, I was a little nervous, but we've managed to make this work out. So kudos to everyone here. And you guys jump in the comments there and tell us what you're thinking. Your early votes before the voting is live, that kind of stuff. Again, this is all about celebrating. I do. I've got my pom poms here. It's all about celebrating the these folks that are making an impact out there. So all right, Terry, the next category is the 2024 Rising Star Award. This award seeks to highlight an individual under 40 who's making waves in our industry. The nominees should embody the essence of excellence in garment and product decoration, showcasing creativity, skill, and a positive impact in the field. we do ask that you guys do your best to make sure that they are actually under 40. We don't go checking IDs. And we do have one nominee that I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I don't believe that they fit in this category. This was another one of those copy and paste in all of the fields. So the nominees were Abby Castro, Megan Rodenhouse, and then Pilar Harrison. And I'm not going to, like I said, I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I believe that maybe we missed the mark on one of those. But the people that we are going to be voting on, Terry, and see if Kylie Megan of Couture Creations, Adam Fuller of BJJ Hats, Adrian Palmer of DTFprinting.com, Jenna Sackett of Stalls, and Ryan Tooney of P&M Apparel. So congratulations to all of them. Love seeing Adam continuing to get put in there. I know he's been runner-up a few times, and gosh, I think he's the same age as my son, so he must be 13 or 14 years old now. So he's got some time.
He got 25 years to win this award.
Absolutely. So good luck to all of the nominees, and appreciate you guys putting those people in there. There's some names on there that I am not familiar with, Terry. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And some very familiar names. So
yeah. And I think that's really cool too, because we kind of felt like we needed that category is to, like at a certain point, right? We can't do this forever.
we love new faces.
Yeah, who's gonna be the new seats in these chairs, so to speak, right? And not necessarily in these chairs, but you know what I mean. So, Lori's comment here: Adam is the Susan Lucci of the Reggies. And then I missed this comment from Kim earlier. Kim Johnson said when we were talking about the group of educators there, what a great group of people. So, I don't know if she's got a clear favorite in that group, Terry.
I don't either. No.
Okay, I wasn't sure where that fell for you. All right, and then Doug is already casting his vote, at least in comments, for Mr. Eric Campbell. So great vote, Doug. We'd like that. All right, Terry.
All right,
we get to the next one here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Women's Voice Award. This award is all about celebrating a person who is working hard to spotlight the roles and achievements of women in our industry. It's for someone who is making a big difference in raising awareness and boosting the profile of women in the garment decorating field. Through this award, we aim to say a big thank you and cheer on the ongoing efforts to create a more inclusive and inspiring industry for everyone. Lots of nominees here. Let's see. Let's start with Kelly Walters with Stalls, Marcia Derryberry, Megan Griffith of P&M Apparel, Pilar Harrison, Kim Johnson with Paisley Joe Designs, Ali Banholzer with Wear Your Spirit. And the folks we're going to be voting on, we have 5, Megan Rodenhouse, Lisbeth Lyons Black, Adrienne Palmer, Christine Shreve, and Mel Lay with All Made Apparel.
Awesome. Love it.
And we had a couple that typed in Printing United Expo. So as you commented here, reading is hard. Aaron, when you and I were talking about this before the show, if you guys would see some of the nominations that come in, we have at Equipment Zone, you can order samples of some of the products and some where you put in your address where it says your name, city, state. They just type their street address. Just 123 Main Street, 123 Main Street, 123 Main Street. Yeah, I don't know where you are.
Well, as I said on the comments, a little tongue in cheek, but reading is hard. So apparently, we just don't have enough time in our day to slow down and read something and make a informed decision. I don't know, but we're not going to get into the politics talk. But okay. So Terry. This is obviously a category that is near and dear to our hearts because it's an opportunity to highlight the people that have given their time to us each and every Friday, and we so appreciate it. That's obviously we love having fun and being here, and sometimes we really do enjoy the host shows where we just get to talk about things that are passionate to us, like my show last week when we got to talk about the uncommon mindset. I think that was last week. But these guests is really what makes us important, right? So this is the Two Regular Guys podcast Guest Star Award. It's all about appreciating the guest who not only shared a wealth of information that was a game changer for your business, but also kept you entertained on the Two Regular Guys podcast. It's for the guest whose insight and engaging demeanor made a lasting positive impression, helping to blend valuable learning with enjoyment. So um, we had a number of great nominees here, but a nominee and recent show too, and I love that. Matt Woodhouse was nominated. I had to do a little digging because the nomination was actually, I don't remember the guy's name, but was the guy that had the sublimation stuff in his in the back of his car. I just happened to remember Matt's story about driving around with sublimation stuff in the back of his car, and stuff. He gets that nomination. Matt, you made an impression, at least with your story there. So, the people we will be voting on, again in no particular order here: Cassie Green and Gary Jones. We actually had 2 episodes with them, I believe, this last year, but both of them were excellent. Michelle Moxley was in talking about AI, and that was a very eye-opening conversation that we had, Terry. Lizbeth Lyons Black was on talking about the Women in Print Alliance, and just kind of the whole impact of that and some of these initiatives on the space. That was a very enlightening and engaging conversation with Lizbeth. Dane Clement, not only has he been a contributor of The Secret Sauce, but he has also been a guest on the show and just really, I know I say this every time, folks, but I'm going to continue to say it because every time I sit down and talk to Dane's one of my good friends, I still learn something every time, right? And I've heard him a lot, right? So it's kind of like with you, Terry, right? Like I give you a hard time, like I could tell all your stories, but I learn something every time I sit and listen to you. So Dane's that same way. Dane, great guest. We enjoyed him. And then Jay Bassell with Equipment Zone and Promo Kitchen. Just I think he's been on a couple times this year too. We always have a blast with Jay, obviously, Mr. Taco. We get to dive into some of that, but he's such a wealth of knowledge too. I think that's for me with Jay is like, he's super smart, but he's just so fun that he comes across as like, oh, just a down to earth guy. And then you start listening to him, you're like, wow, I really do need to pay really close attention because he's a really smart guy. So,
yeah, whenever I introduce Jay at if we're doing seminars together or something, I always say, "Okay, fasten your seatbelts, you people in the front row. He's going to be pointing. He's going to be pointing at you. You're going to have to talk." hard decision on all those though. Those were all great shows or multiple shows. So
absolutely. Yep. Rena says Dane has so much knowledge. Always learn something new from him. I love that. Lori, when we were talking about reading is hard, said, yeah, someone last year told me they didn't vote for me because my name wasn't there. And then she discovered that they were looking for Lori, Lori, not Laurie. Well, Lori, in some of your nominations, people still don't get your name right. Just FYI, I had to like, oh yeah, they mean Lori. Okay, gotcha. So, all right. Well, congratulations to those guests, and we appreciate their time on the show and all of our guests throughout the year, Terry. But shall we come to the conclusion here, Terry? Let's
absolutely. What we call our Best Picture Award.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we do a magic twinkle for that? I think we should.
That reminds me of the TV show Bewitched way back when.
It does. You're right. Absolutely. All right. I think I've tried all of the sound effects now, Terry. So I'm not sure I have it out of my system, but we're close.
That sound effect needs to go with the confetti cannon, I think.
Ooh, good point. Good point. Absolutely.
You have one sitting. Why don't you go ahead and no. Your wife's going to run down the stairs. Do not open that in the house again.
We were just talking about it the other day. Anyhow, go ahead, Terry. Sorry.
The best ambassador for the industry. This category is to recognize someone who represents our industry within and without and exemplifies all the positive aspects of garment and product decoration. Nominees are our own Eric Campbell, Jed Seifert with Stakes Manufacturing, Nikki Bowen of Cotton Street Apparel, Todd Downing, Jay Bassell with Equipment Zone, And the ones we're going to be voting on are Laurie Donovan, spelled Laurie, myself, Terry Combs, thank you,
Yeah.
whoever nominated me, Nick
Congratulations, Terry.
Patel, Cassie Green, and Dane Clement.
Awesome. What a list. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, another very difficult choice to make there, but I know who my favorite. Man, it is really hard because I've got some of my closest friends on there and really good people. So,
Well, it's a
wow,
secret.
Terry. Yep. All right. Well, let's you know what? Let's take a moment here. Let's see here. Amazing list. Yep, you're right, Rena. Amazing list to be sure. Okay, let's real quick to kind of put a bow on this. Let's just take a second and just everybody wherever you're sitting, or just give a out loud applause. Let's give everybody a round of applause. We're gonna use the sound effect one more time. Heck, I'll even get the pom poms out. So for those of you who are listening to the podcast version, I'm shaking pom poms right now. That's my new crazy thing that I've been doing.
So it looks like the Dallas Cowboys, so I can't participate in that.
Yeah. It's my OSG colors, Terry. Sorry. All right.
That's true.
Yeah. Cassie Green says, wow, to even be considered amongst this group of people is humbling. Love this industry so much. Well, Cassie, you have been an amazing ambassador, so you definitely deserve to be on that list, and really cool. Yeah, great list of people, top to bottom, all the nominees. Wow, Terry, what a great day today. And we got it. Rena says, love the time you give us regulators, Cassie. So appreciate you doing that. She's already sent over the news headlines, by the way, folks. So if I was smart enough to figure out how to play it, we would do it live. But we'll get it in. It'll be in the show notes. It'll be on our YouTube channel. So podcast listeners will get it, as well as the folks that want to tune in over on our YouTube channel. And you'll be able to get that from the show notes too. So go over to tworegularguys.com and check that out. We'll have that up. I'm traveling today, but early next week we'll be all caught up on everything. So, all right, Terry. Well, great show today. Great stuff from start to finish. We figured it out. We made it work.
Almost made it within our hour.
Yeah. Well, since we started the broadcast 10 minutes late, we still have 5 minutes left. So we got.
There you go.
So,
all right.
What's coming up for you, Terry?
My complete screen printing business course. My next class at Workhorse Products in Phoenix will be February 1st and 2nd. My next class in Chicago, and I'm guessing their snow might be blowing. I'll be at Atlas Screen Supply March 15th and 16th. I'll be talking DTG and DTF printing. Which technology is right for you at Impressions Expo Long Beach in January. I'll also be offering that same seminar. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I have this listed twice. I needed to work on my notes too. And anyway, watch for all my upcoming events at terrycombs.com. How about you, Aaron?
So as I mentioned, I'm traveling. I'm actually Graphics Pro Expo in Charlotte is actually happening right now. And so I'm pulling a Terry Combs and I'm jumping on a plane, not right after we get done, but pretty close. And so I'm heading to Charlotte, and tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Local time there in Charlotte, I'm going to be presenting how to master pricing for profit. So if you are anywhere nearby, please come over and join us. The cool part about these programs is Graphics Pro Expo takes care of it. So it's completely free for you to come and sit in on this class. And so it's going to be a good one. This will be the 5th or 6th time I've done this for Graphics Pro on their circuit. And I'm just blown away by the feedback that I've been getting. Not to pat myself on the back, but more just to kind of go, wow, it's really cool that people are getting something out of this, that they're taking and able to really relook at their pricing structure and strategy. So they're actually profitable. And that's what we want at the end of the day, right? Profit's not a dirty word. So that's coming up. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share, and I don't even know if I have a banner for it, so we'll do our best to get it in there. But I've just been having a blast and really loving the opportunity that I've had to sit down and talk to people about their business alignment. So what I've done is I've kind of found people that are maybe feeling stuck, maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and maybe even at times feeling like you're just kind of going through the motions. And I know that if we can help them reconnect with why they started their business, it will change things dramatically for them. So I've put out this free, and I'm calling it the SVP, which stands for Strengths, Values, and Passions, but just free business alignment assessment. Basically, give me just a little information about your company, and then we get together on a 30-minute call and uncover some strengths, values, and passions. Going back to that uncommon mindset we talked about last week, Terry, and just see if we can figure out where your structure might be off to get back in alignment to what matters to you most. So if this is something that you're interested in, I'll see if I can put it just in the comments here. If you go to osg.link/SVP, you can sign up for that. There's no charge for this. It's a no strings attached, just something that I've seen people get the value out of it. And so I know that if they can get the value out of it, then maybe they look at what OSG could be for them in the future, but there's no intention like, oh, you don't sign up, I'm so mad at you. Don't care. As long as you're falling deeper in love with your business, that's what it's all about. So I think that's about it for me. I know you've got secret sauce coming up, but could you bring in Eric's stuff here while I work on these banners?
Yeah, absolutely. Join Eric for episode 207 of The Take Up, Embroidery Digitizing Essentials, Paths Operations. You know what? I believe these are from last week.
Yeah. So maybe, okay. Well, maybe we'll skip it. Okay. Good point. Let's just hold off on Eric here because again, I don't know if we mentioned it. I was talking to somebody, maybe it was before the show, but Eric's in Albuquerque, for those that aren't familiar because of the chilly conversation that we always have. But in Albuquerque and all through that area of the Rocky Mountains there up in Denver and Colorado and stuff too, they've been getting pounded with snow. And apparently that's affecting not only their electricity, but also the internet. So I don't know if he's going to have a take up today or not, but you can still get tons of great information just by going over to ericcampbell.com and you can see all of his past episodes. And must be a comment in there.
I see Ramona is Terry, bite your tongue. No snow, no snow. You saw me smiling as you're saying that, I'm sure.
I did.
It's almost time for me to start giving the Phoenix weather reports. I think that's what she's referring to.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right. Well, Terry, are you ready for some secret sauce?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
All right. My secret sauce today is expectations for your employees. Do your employees know what their job is? And more importantly, do they know what you expect from them in that job? I've run a lot of production shops around the country, and usually on the first day, I get a revelation like this. Yeah, you're going to need to fire that guy. And so, yeah, okay, I get it. The owner didn't want to be the bad guy, so they saved that task for me. Hey, Terry's coming on board. We'll let him let that guy go. But I'm always frank, whether you're the employee or the employer. And so the conversation goes something like this. I've fired lots of people over the years. Why is this particular employee about to lose their job? Well, he's just not doing a good job. Well, what about his job is he not doing well? He just doesn't measure up. So he knows what you expect and what he's not doing. There's a pause. Well, he should know. And so have you actually told him exactly what you expect? Well, that's the way the conversation always proceeds. Too many employers are disappointed in employee performance in not meeting expectations without ever telling the employees exactly what they expect. They should know is not really a job description, not a good expectation description. Maybe your employees don't meet expectations because you've never defined it for them. It's time to do some soul searching and determine what you really want to see in an employee and what you want them to accomplish every day on the job. One way to approach this is by creating a priority bullet points list. What's most important for you that employees should know? Here's some examples. Being to work on time and ready to work. I think most of us want that, but if it's a hot button for you, let your employees know that. Meeting realistic production goals. I say realistic because many managers have unrealistic expectations for the way production is currently set up. What you want to get out the door doesn't always translate to what you're capable of getting out the door. Focus on quality. This is a real trade-off because if you tell your employees you want to focus on quality and at the same time say, let's get as much out the door as possible, that's kind of a conflict. So you need to work that out first. Come up with your own expectations, bullet points, and share them with your employees. Just start jotting down what makes you happy with employees and what makes you unhappy with those employees, and start building that expectations list. And let's turn this around. Expectations should be a two-way street. As an owner or manager, share with your employees what they should expect from you. And just like what you expect, you have to not only share this information, but you also have to follow through for your employees about what they should expect. Things employees should expect might be regularly scheduled job and pay rate reviews, opportunities for advancement and how that process works, a mechanism for offering productive suggestions to improve their own jobs in the process, even a confirmed commission for any business they bring in. All those things can be expectations from you. Oh, and that employee from earlier that needed to be fired on my first day, he and I had the expectation conversation and he kept his job. So always give your employees an opportunity to succeed by sharing expectations, and let your employees know what they can expect from you. That's my secret sauce for today. Aaron, I think you're muted.
Darn it. Too many buttons pushing over here. Terry, wonderful secret sauce there today. Thank you so much. Yeah, really good stuff. I think what is really cool about what you laid out there for us, Terry, was the fact that you just think a little bit differently, right? This guy, I don't mean to tie everything back to my uncommon mindset talk, but just think a little bit differently. Well, why should that guy be fired, right? And I love that you closed that loop for us too. That guy kept his job because he now knew what was expected of him.
Exactly right.
Awesome. All right. Well, Terry, we've come to the close of another show. We made it. Thanks to everyone who entered nominations. Congratulations to every person that's nominated. Again, if you'll send me an email at info@2regularguys, that's the number 2regularguys.com, and you're a nominee, then we will make sure that you get a certificate to show that off, because you should be proud of that. It's something that you should post and have out there for yourself there. So just reach out to me and I will make sure we get you that certificate right away. I've actually got the whole thing set up and ready to go. I just need to know who wants them. So I'm actually ahead of the game for once here, Terry. This is great.
Awesome. I love it. We also want to thank our show producer, Eric Campbell. He couldn't be with us today. Hopefully he's inside drinking hot chocolate instead of outside shoveling pounds and pounds of snow that are surrounding his home.
Yeah. You don't shovel sunshine there, do you? No.
No. You just kind of. You can do sunshine angels though.
Okay. Shadows. All right. So Terry, next week, we're going to welcome back Jed Seifert and Patrick Barsley. It's been a long time since we've had Patrick on, but we've had Jed on a couple of times as well, and they're coming together. They've got a new book out called Inclusivity. Really, really fantastic. I actually sat in on a talk they did at Printing United Expo. And I think I mentioned this on another show, but I sat in the front row and I had to apologize to them afterwards because I was just crying like a baby. So obviously near and dear to my heart. And I'm excited to talk to them next week, Terry.
I know they're very, very excited about this as well. I was talking to Patrick about a month or so ago and super excited about this whole thing. But until then, I'm Terry Combs. He's Aaron Montgomery.
And that was the Two Regular Guys.
Here we go. We're out.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening to Two Regular Guys. Check out our website at tworegularguys.com. That's the number 2regularguys.com. You can also interact with us over at our Facebook page, facebook.com/tworegularguys, or send us a tweet, twitter.com/tworegularguys. And we have a YouTube page. You can find all that from our website, tworegularguys.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to spending some time with you again next week.